All right, I'm gonna do a quick little flooring patch. So I think this is like a white oak. Um, so we took this wall out. We're gonna keep the wall from here over in this space. So this little L needs to be patched so it matches the rest of the floor. I did tear a bunch out over here, so I have matching scraps. If you don't have pieces, you can usually find, the oak is usually pretty common, you can find unfinished at some big box stores or lumber liquidators. Any hardwood flooring place you could usually find. So yeah. So it's really, you don't really need any, you can just use some basic tools. I just use just a hand skill saw and a hammer and a good sharp chisel. And then you can hammer them back in with finished nails, finished screws. You could use a nail gun if you have that available. So first, what I want to do is we're going to trace back any of these. So we've got a full end right there, so those pieces can stay. This one, we will cut this back. We'll go to the nearest seam. Here's a seam here. So we'll cut this one out. This one is a full piece. We could probably keep. And then for over here, we've got a seam here, here, here. Those are the closest. So we'll cut out this piece, cut out this piece, cut out this piece, and then this piece as well goes around the corner. And there's a seam here. So we'll take that piece out. And if we need to remove that just because it ends at the wall, we can, to put in a full length. So yeah, we'll start with that. We're going to start with this, cutting this piece out right here. Go ahead, make sure you set your blade depth to the depth of the flooring. This is around 3/4. I'm going to cut 3/4, maybe just a hair more. That way we're not cutting into the subfloor too much. And I'll just go ahead and do like 2 cuts, like almost like breaking it into thirds. So our nails are going to be closer to the edges and the tongue and the grooves holding those in. So once you cut down that, the middle piece shouldn't be too attached unless they glued it. But you can go ahead and pop that out. And now that that's out, I can easily push some of these over and pop them out as well. And I'll just kind of dig I'll stay away from the seam and just kind of dig that in to kind of push it over. This one I want to be a little more careful with because I'm not cutting out this piece. So I think we got everything out we need to pull out. And now we'll just play Tetris and fill in the gaps. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm just going to pick through the scrap pile, find like basic pieces that are going to fit where. Nails pulled out of them. And then we'll start cutting and nailing. Alright, so I got a few boards that'll work. Got the nails out. Also, like if you're recycling old boards, just double check if there's like any glue or any of the old sealant or putty or anything on the edges, and just go ahead and scrape those out so we get a good tight fit. Alright, so I'm going to move, they have the tongue edge here. I'm just going to put these in this way, moving this direction. I'm not really going to use the flooring gun because this is just too small of a space. Just going to use the regular finish nail gun. I'll go ahead and cut these, set this where it goes. So I've got my wall corner here. Just gonna mark where that goes. So now we're down to the last row, last piece, 2 pieces. We have our tongue here, our grooving here. So in order for this one to fit, we'll just cut off this tongue. That way we can just pop that in straight down. And then since this is the last piece and we don't have the tongue and groove on both, I would definitely recommend gluing it just to give it a good extra grab. Just use the same glue, a little on there. Go ahead and put a little on the corner. Tongue on. A little bit of old tongues catching up there. bit rough, but it'll work. It's getting snug. Dry fit. Perfect. And then again, we'll cut the tongue off. We'll glue it. Oh, you know what? I need to cut off this end piece too. Our angle there. Oh, tap. Just taps. And there's looking good. This piece really snug on this end. A little bit of a splinter there. Just pop a couple nails. Okay, so yeah, there's our little patch area. You can see these dark spots. These were pieces that were buttoned up against the old wall where they weren't fully stained and sanded to match the rest. And then I've got a couple of high spots like here and here. I'll probably end up just doing a little sand by hand just with the orbital sander. Maybe putty some of those, restain it, and we'll be good to go. You'll never notice the difference.